How about those?
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insights? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar. I'm your host, Nick Athan, with Chiefs Blitz. And my son's popping in here. Alongside my producer extraordinaire, Mr. Hense Todd. We are here on Friday. The Chiefs will play the Houston Texans on Saturday at Arrowhead in Kansas City. And before we get started, let's talk about our sponsors that help make the wheels go round and round here at the Four Guys in a Bar podcast presented by Chiefs Blitz. Hey, listen, if you're looking for a holiday treat and you're looking to buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody better than my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for someone who can maybe evaluate your current house, maybe see what's available in the market, maybe you're thinking about getting a bigger house or maybe downsizing, there's nobody better than Eric Haynes. You can reach in two ways, 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
Absolutely. Another proud sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for someone who can help you navigate through the health insurance waters, there's nobody better than she. She understands the marketplace options. Plus, she's got a tremendous private option available to you with lower deductibles, lower premiums, and much better coverage. So let her evaluate it. It's free. Get a custom quote. All you got to do is dial her up, 913-215-9086. And hey, if you're lucky, she'll give you her Super Bowl predictions as well. Anyway, that's my amazing wife, Emily.
Emily.
That's right. Another proud sponsor is the New Guys.
Electronics. At Resell Electronics, we offer the best deals on new and pre-owned TVs, game consoles, cameras, plus so much more. With two convenient locations along Noland Road in Independence. Stop by and visit us today.
That's right. Resell Electronics. They've got two great locations, 1214 South Noland Road and down on 40 Highway in the flea market. If you're looking for that extra special holiday gift, this is no better place to go than to Resell Electronics. Cell phones, tablets, you name it, laptops, game consoles, TVs, everything's refurbished, everything's working properly. They are your one-stop shop. When you go in, you make sure you tell them that Chiefs Blitz and Bowtie Sports sent you, and you will get a 10% discount. So check them out and check out their website at resellwithacelectronics.com.
Resell
Electronics.
I love it. I love it.
T-Pain back in the house.
All right. We're just going to get this out of the way.
Yes.
KZ
Star.
There you go.
This show talking no nonsense, sir.
Welcome.
Get in the comments.
Hey,
Nonsense.
if they suck, they suck, man.
It must have
welcome.
been my
Comments
Andres fan.
coming.
I wanna
Keep
Andres
the
fan.
comments
To
It
the
is better
bar.
Everybody
K-Star or K-Star. And
It's
you know,
all
we,
right.
we won't hold your spelling against you.
Absolutely
okay.
not. Absolutely
Chiefs, a little
That's
dyslexia going on there, but that's cool. We know what you're
It's
saying.
It's all good.
It's all in the word. It's slang.
It's the
Lou.
holiday
My man
season. We don't care.
K-Zar. So
We
he
don't
said,
care. All right, the other elves, Lou Montagna and Andre Tillman.
Yes, sir.
joining
And
the
just
show as well.
like the team, the Chiefs, we take all comers. Come
We
on,
do. We don't
we're,
care.
we're ready.
That's
Let's
right.
go. We don't
And the
discriminate.
trash
Let's
my,
go.
my Greek brother from
Welcome
Canada,
the trash
Frank. Merry
talk
Christmas,
in.
gentlemen. Merry Christmas
Right.
to you, Frank.
The Great
May
White
you
North, Frank, coming
May
in
you have
strong.
a safe Christmas
Very nice.
in Canada.
yeah, man.
And you soon have a new prime minister, but we'll talk about that
He
another
said
day.
the Chiefs suck. CHIEFS.
We got some breaking news, correct?
Either way it goes, he said the Chiefs suck.
Breaking news: Chiefs don't suck, but we do have our breaking news.
Oh,
Let's do our breaking news.
Hang on the baby.
bring on the skillet.
If you subscribe to ChiefsBlitz.com over the last 4 months, you will know that we reported that quote unquote Hollywood Brown will return this season, and he is active. He will officially make his Chiefs debut tomorrow with his old teammate DeAndre Hopkins.
Take your time, it's good.
With him as well. Excited. We predicted this. A Schultz report had it officially, but we've been talking about his return potentially in December for about 4 weeks now, and it's finally happened. And I'm excited. I'm excited for him, just because that surgery was rough. The rehab was rough. He's worked his tail off. He worked his tail off to get in shape, to help Rashee Rice, to help all the other receivers before he even stepped foot on the field. He gets hurt on the first snap in the preseason, and it's just like, there it is. He was out. He was gone, but he's worked his tail off, and I can tell you he's very motivated. And little birdie told me that he's been nearly impossible to stop in practice.
Oh shit!
He has been on fire. So
Hollywood swinging, baby. That's all you got to know.
Come out swinging and swing so good the Chiefs have to bring you back next year.
Hollywood's ready to rock and roll again. Having any sort of threat on offense, something that's going to put a little bit of pause in the defensive backs is going to help. So regardless of what he does numbers wise or whatever, I think it's going to make an impact on the game. Maybe not a huge impact tomorrow, but soon enough, I think he'll be good.
Man, all that shit looks sweet, gentlemen. And I hope he do come back and at least get a couple targets, man, a couple catches, man. I hope he really, because in order for this man to shine, my man got to get that protection.
Hence, why do we allow this? We're
not going there yet.
Aren't you at the controls, man?
Because guys, listen, I'm excited for y'all.
You have to say something different about the offensive line in this show.
Damn it, I can't say nothing different, Nick, if it's right there in my face. I can't.
Whatever.
It's talking to my spirit. I said, damn. Because I like Hollywood, gentlemen. Absolutely. I do like Hollywood. I love Hollywood.
Mouth, sir.
I love Hollywood, man. The deep routes, the deep posts.
So with that said, let's get into our other breaking news of the day.
All right, let's do it.
There's more.
There's more.
There's always more.
The Chiefs have added Leo Chanel to the injury report with an illness. He's officially now listed as questionable for tomorrow's game. May not be a bad thing to rest him, get him ready for the Steelers game, which he's going to have a lot of work to do in stopping Russell Wilson. So we'll see. He'll be a game time decision. But maybe Joshua Uche is actually active for this game. We'll see.
Leo's a young man. Load up the Pedialyte, give him an IV, whatever he needs. He'll be ready to roll. That kid grew up in a house of 18 or 19 kids. He's good. He's got all those immune factors and things happening. Whatever it was called during COVID, the antibodies. There you go.
Yeah,
antibodies. Antibodies. Yeah, man.
That's a universal soldier. It's cold and flu season.
That's right. He's a universal soldier. You know what I'm saying? He'll be just fine, man. Couple teas, a couple of vitamin C. You know what I'm saying? Orange. You know what I'm saying? Get orange, a couple shots of green tea. He'd be just fine. Orange.
Orange. So with that said, man, hey, I hope it's just a little stomach bug or something, that he can bounce back from. But it's one guy that was on Nick's radar, all off season, and he was rooting for, has been added to the 53-man roster. So that's a little breaking news.
Oh yeah. More breaking news.
The skillet is cooking.
There it is. The guy I thought was going to make the roster for the Chiefs. Tight end Irv Smith will be activated to the roster of the Houston Texans. So he'll be playing, or at least suit up, against this old team who didn't give him much of a chance.
I
thought Irv Smith Jr. had an opportunity in Kansas City, but Noah Gray kind of came out of nowhere. Wiley was playing well before his injury.
That's your guy,
and they had a chance to bring him back.
Yeah.
They had a chance to sign him off the roster, the practice squad of the Texans, and they didn't do it. Instead, they went a different direction.
Can he produce? Can he go out there and show wisely? I feel like if he go out there and get at least a couple catches, right, 85 yards receiving. I'm like, what Chiefs y'all had him? Y'all had him right there, man. I'm just saying, you know.
I'll be surprised if he plays. A lot of these times, I mean, they sign these guys. It's pretty much just to maybe get some intel. I don't know how much you actually get from that, but anyway, they're probably down at the position. And that's just like the picture of potential, because coming out of Alabama, we talked about this when he signed with the Chiefs, and played for the Vikings, played for the Bengals. I mean, you just look at, he's just a physical specimen. He passes
potential.
He passes the eye test. Everything else, just the only thing is he's never had really any consistency at being a top level player. So however that goes, I mean, it's just interesting that a former Chief is now suiting up across the field.
It's all about a better fit, Lou. It's just a better fit. He might fit the Texans, what the Texans are. He didn't fit Kansas City because we was pretty deep.
If he ain't on the Chiefs, he's ASS. So we don't care about.
Whoa, hold on now. For the guys that know what that means cheeks. And my mind, that means cheeks, man. I can say what it, ASS that means cheeks. So, are you telling me he was booty?
Hey, that's why they cut him. Yeah, hey, Nick was rooting for him, the kid. But hey, I didn't see nothing coming from it. So if he does, I think he's just going to be playing special teams. He ain't gonna
Mango, go back to the videotape. We'll see what Hense actually, the glaze hose being out that week.
Man, come on, bring it back.
It wasn't. I was talking more Jared Wiley, the golden cat jacket kid.
Jared Wiley.
Speaking of Jared Wiley, guys, any signs of Jared Wiley? Had Jared Wiley did anything that bow tie represented with the big glaze? Did he do anything?
Yeah, he hurt his ACL.
He did get hurt. That was bad.
See, when you glaze somebody too damn much, that's what happens, man.
The knees buckle, huh?
Yeah. The knees buckle, man. Too much.
How many receiving yards does Marvin Harrison Jr. have compared to the other rookies?
Hold on.
Hey, don't be jumping
breaks, Nick.
Don't be jumping into my segment, okay?
Sorry, I didn't know.
You will get your opportunity.
Okay, fair enough.
The bags might open up a gift too early.
Leave you. Sorry.
So with that said, man, let's get right into that was our breaking news of the day. So let's get into the story time with the Nick. See what you have for us, Nick. What you got?
Broken news.
Yeah, broken news.
Are we doing story time right now? Oh,
yeah, that's
story time with Nick.
That's your jam, Nick. Come on,
my jam. Presented by my incredible wife, Emily Athan,
the sweet
free custom quote caller today.
I'm always selling.
Hey, you know what? I'm a natural born salesperson. What can I say?
That's right.
Those covers
story time today. All right, you can turn the music down.
Come on, man. We were just about to lose half our audience.
Man, come on, man.
Story time with Nick. Well, as you all know, I live
Nick's
in the
song went a little blue.
Yeah, I try to live in the past, and I made a lot of discussions in the years about the 50-year gap between the Super Bowls 4 and 54. So once Hense pulls up the photos here, four of my prized possessions, kind of going through the time period. First up, my signature footballs, Super Bowl 4 from Patrick Mahomes, 54 from Patrick Mahomes, and also Andy Reid. Obviously, the Chiefs finally winning a Super Bowl after all that time was great. Very fortunate to get the ball on the right with the Patrick Mahomes. Very difficult to get his signature like that, and Andy Reid, of course, as well. But hey, listen, these two guys are the primary reason that we've won 3 out of the last 6 Super Bowls. Hopefully, we'll win 4 out of 7. And The Chiefs are what?
Sleep vocals, man.
What's that? Vocals. You guys are killing me here.
Like Nick
You're
is
killing
having
me,
to
killing
talk
me
over
here.
himself here.
Yes,
You
I got to talk
pick
over
one,
myself.
Pick one, Hense, either the song or Nick.
Maybe just do the music side of it. Anyway, and next up, the next image is obviously the guys from our past that kind of made this whole franchise possible. There it is. Mr. Lenny Dawson, the Super Bowl MVP, Hall of Famer of '87. And, of course, the coach, Hank Stram, also in the Hall of Fame in '03, and then Lamar Hunt in 1972. So those are my favorite footballs of the ones that I own by far. They represent.
Did Lenny sign that with like a ballpoint?
It's an old one. That ball's probably 30 years old.
Pre-Sharpie days.
Yeah, you know what? It's really weird. The new Sharpies, man, they kind of fade a little bit, and especially on the footballs. But the older ones, for the most part, they've stood the test of time. But you just when you're signing 50 footballs at a time, then it's kind of the pen gets a little thin. But those are old. I believe the one on the left is from 1990, I think, maybe a little bit before, and the other one is from was done separately. So Lamar signed it, and then Hank signed it thereafter. So it's been a while.
Lou, hey Nick, that song right there, it sets the tone for me over here. My lights was white, and then I started hearing this tune. I was like, "Damn, I got dim my lights down low."
You just add it to your iPhone, man. It's all good. I will give you permission.
Man. Hey, come on, man. I'm feeling that. Go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
So anyway, that's my story time for the day. Lenny, miss him greatly. Hank, I miss him. Obviously, Lamar as well. But thank goodness we got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. For all those who didn't know the spoils, who are enjoying the spoils of success, that didn't know the downtime, it was a long time.
Mr. Thunder.
All right, story time with Nick, folks. Let's go.
No, let's clap for the vocals and
the real story is always Mr. Thunder.
Mr. Thunder. Hey, it's on Spotify on every platform near you. Coming next Friday.
I hope so. Please, if there's an artist out there that wants to buy the song, it's for sale.
Hell yeah, that song got me in the mood, man. I'm ready to tell
Mr. Thunder.
There you go.
There you go.
You gonna remix it, man?
T-Pain.
You want to remix it? Go ahead. I got no problem with it.
T-Pain's getting more run on this show than he does on Spotify. I think.
So let's get right into Factor Cap.
What you have goodness, here we go. We do this every Friday, gang. Fact or cap? I'm going to read off a series of statements. You guys can decide for yourself. Is it fact or cap? And then give a few sentences about why you believe it is or it isn't. This week has a theme. We're looking at some of the more interesting matchups this week, different games throughout the NFL, and kind of a little storyline behind them. So here we go, right off the top. One of the, I guess, I don't know if it's regional. I think it's kind of a national thing. In the NFL, there's not many true rivalries, but I think we went back to this when they played earlier. The Steelers and the Ravens. This is the second game on Saturday, tomorrow. You like to think of a rivalry where it goes back and forth, but lately the Steelers of all teams have kind of owned this thing. They've won last 8 out of 9. And the one game that the Ravens won, Snoop Huntley was the quarterback. Okay. So it wasn't even Lamar. Lamar lifetime is 2-5 versus the Steelers. So now they go into this game tomorrow as 6-point favorites, and it just seems like an automatic, they always play close games, whatever. Now, when we talk about my best bets, I think you know where this one's going. I think Lamar may have a huge game. Okay, so the statement is this. So Lamar does have a huge game in a standalone game, gets himself back into the MVP race if he's not there already. But that's the statement. Fact or cap, Hensley?
I say, yeah, he have a huge game, and I think he will get himself back in a MVP, statement. So yes, I would say that it is a fact.
little out of sight, out of mind going on here. So let's go, Nick.
Take your time, Nick.
Cap. He's not in the MVP race.
I bet he is. Nick always got to say something about Lamar.
No, they're gonna give it to Josh Allen. They're just it's over with.
Yeah.
No matter what he does the rest of the season.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Cap, man. I'm gonna say Cap because Pittsburgh owns Lamar Jackson. He gonna put him right where he needs to be. Put him behind the MVP race, man. I'm gonna have to go with Cap, man. He's not gonna get it done. He's not gonna put himself.
Yeah, somehow Tomlin's done it with Kenny Pickett, Duck Hodges. I mean, you can go, right down the list. Mason Rudolph, and somehow they beat this team every time. But again, 6-point favorite, which seems like way off.
That's way too much.
I'm going. You'll hear about it in the best bets, but right now, rest assured, Baltimore is going to give the 6.5. Okay, here we go. Game number 2, Philadelphia at Washington. This sneaky one of the biggest games of the weekend because Washington is still sitting there, I believe, as the 7th seed, as the last wild card. They played pretty well last week. Jaden Daniels. Now, Bo Nix has kind of come on, but I think last night's game might leave a little bit of a sour taste in people's mouths. So here's the thing. Jaden Daniels can kind of put a chokehold on it and crush it if he has a big game and can kind of show, hey, what I did early in the season wasn't a joke, wasn't a fluke, wasn't all about Cliff. But the statement is this. The other piece of this, Cliff dispels his propensity for his offense to tank at the end of the year, and somehow they put up a 30 burger against this defense. Hensley, fact or cap?
I said that is a fact. Jalen Daniels is going to come out here and light up the Eagles, even though the Cube have them sitting a little higher than most people might have them sitting when we see this segment. But other than that, man, I would say yes. I think I feel like the Eagles still win this game, but I feel like they'll score more than 30 points.
So going to be a barn burner. Okay, let's go, Nick.
Fact, absolutely. I think this is going to be the kid's best game of the year. I think he's going to be motivated.
What the hell?
I'm excited. I'm excited for him.
Cap all damn day. Quinton Mitchell, man, DeJon Cooper and that secondary gonna lock him up. Because you remember, guys,
Cooper was roasted last week.
Wait, slow down. I have to. I have to be like the detail-oriented police here. It's Quinyon Mitchell with a Y, and it's Cooper DeJean, not the other way around.
I always count on you. Always count on you.
Hey,
I always count on you, Lou.
I owe it to the people in the chat and the people that are watching and listening to be correct. So,
well, thank you for interrupting me and my take. Thanks, Lou. No, but honestly though, the rookie been balling. Like when he goes 1-on-1 with Scary Terry, from the commander, the receiver, right? Yeah. Okay. He shuts them down. And guys, who's the other weapon? Who's the other weapon? They don't have one, right? And the Carter has been playing good football, the defensive tackle for the Eagles, right? He's been playing good football, and their offense has been balling. Their offense has been rolling right now. Saquon Barkley, their offensive line, AJ Brown finding his niche now. They're on the same playing field, and Smith on the other side. I feel like this, guys. The commander doesn't have what it takes offensively to deal with this defense. So, absolutely not.
Every dog has their day.
Hey, this is crazy. I'm with Coach here. Cap, I believe Philadelphia's defense is just way too good. This arguably right now the best team in football. With all the drama they've had and everything else, that somehow they continue to perform on the field. And I just think, again, I think the coach's point, they don't have enough weapons yet. This team certainly is on the come. They've turned kind of a corner and kind of can see the light at the end of the tunnel. They add a couple more weapons to that team, and Jaden Daniels is going to take off. And he's still going to get Rookie of the Year. They may not put up 30 tomorrow, but I think he'll have a decent game, but nothing special. All right, game number 3, Minnesota. I guess this is probably like the least talked about 12-2 team, like maybe ever, at Seattle. So you got 2 reclamation projects going against each other, and Sam Darnold and Geno Smith. Now, Geno, it's a roller coaster with him. It's either the highest of highs or the lowest of lows. And the statement then goes like this. They're 12-2. Seattle is fighting. They're right now tied with the Rams at the top of the West, but the Rams have the tiebreaker. So they're fighting for their playoff lives. The statement is this: Geno now continues the roller coaster existence, but this time the roller coaster is ascending and going up, and they come away with a win. Fact or cap, Hensley?
I would say that would be cap. I think Minnesota's probably going to take care of this game. It's going to be out of the reach for the Seahawks, man. And Geno, sometimes he's just up and down. So, so that's why I would say cap.
Yeah, I'm capped too. I'm all in on Sam Darnold. I think he's got a lot to prove. He's playing for a really big contract. And let the debate begin. Pay him or Brock Purdy?
I go with cap, man. I feel like Geno, again, I do agree with Hense, man. And because Geno's so up and down, and honestly, the offense is kind of iffy. It's sketchy right now because you don't know who they are right now. They can have a good run game some days. They can pass the ball. And DK Metcalf hasn't really been involved in this offense for real. So I don't know what's going on with that chemistry with him and Geno. So I'm going to go cap. I think Minnesota takes care.
This might look bad for my pick because I really like Minnesota in this game. We all like Minnesota. That doesn't bode too well, but I'm going.
I don't like Seahawks anyway, so
Yeah, so Minnesota again. It's all in front of them. Yep. I think they went out there. I believe they're the number 1 seed.
Absolutely.
And I think it's the same thing for Philadelphia. We'll have to look at the tiebreaker between those two, but I'm pretty sure Minnesota, if they win out, they're the number 1 seed. So a couple of questions in there. Ruben, you're on the web. Come on, man. Chargers won the game. And then I think Mango Vikings will knock the Lions out of the number 1 seed. That might be a fact there.
It might happen.
All right, now this one, the least likely, and this is just bizarre, and this is just the way my brain works. But the last one is Jacksonville at Las Vegas, and for the sickos out there like me, this is huge. Jacksonville is 3-11. The Raiders are 2-12. This is huge for a draft position, right? So who's going to be able to tank enough to try to hold on to that number 1 pick? We gave a lot of love to Brock Bowers, and rightfully so, last week because of just the incredible season he's having on a bad team. Got to give some love now to Hense's man, Brian Thomas Jr., because even though he's in a dumpster fire, he's playing more with Mac Jones, it seems like, than Trevor Lawrence. Brian Thomas Jr. is sitting at 64 receptions, nearly 1,000 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So his stats kind of line up with Bowers. Bowers has a hell of a lot more catches, 90 versus 64, but the yardage, he's only like 12 behind. And obviously he has twice as many TDs as Bowers. So I just want to give some love to BT Jr.
Yeah, man, balling out. He's balling.
No other real reason to even have this game in here. But the statement is this: BTJ will finish the season with more yards than Brock Bowers.
I would say yes. Brian Thomas Jr. is going to finish more yards with Brock Bowers and Marvin Harrison Jr. as well. So I feel like,
and throw Worthy in there too.
Worthy is the best, wide receiver.
Yeah, throw him in there too.
All right, Nick.
I'll say
shoehorn your way in here, Nick.
I don't know, man. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm gonna say cap.
I believe you do. Brock Bowers is kind of like your son. I don't know.
Bowers will be number 1 when it's all said and done.
All right, Lou. I'm gonna say interesting, but Brock Bowers is having a hell of a rookie season. I think Brock Bowers take it because he's the focal point of that offense.
Yeah,
I don't know. McCorkle Jones, he's got it roll. Now again, they're terrible. This is all between the two of them.
Right.
This is the biggest empty calories conversation you can have because all these statistics haven't made us really that big of an impact on their teams. Now, would their teams be a lot worse? I don't know how much worse they can be.
Right.
Are they this good? No, because you're looking at 3 wins and 2 wins. But again, we talked about the other rookie quarterbacks, some of the other receivers. Neighbors is having a good statistical year, but their team sucks too. So whatever.
Teams suck.
Marvin Harrison Jr.'s kind of been up and down. I don't know what's happening
with
Kyler at this point, but okay, he's been all right. So hey, BT Jr., keep doing your thing.
Yeah, big ups, man. Big ups.
Do it.
All right, folks, that is going to do it for Factor Cap for this week 16, the 20th of December. And as always, brought to you by Eric Haynes and the Eric Haynes. Eric Haynes.
That's right.
Eric.
So let's get right into the cube.
Wow, you did it without the voice box. What?
Yeah, you might make it a big part of the cube.
So let's get right into the cube, guys. We have the top 6 teams from the cube. Not me. It's just me and the committee, or me and the cube, just sitting there talking to one another, figuring out the top teams. And this is the teams that, if you missed it from last week, this is the cube's top teams from last week. These are the guys that the cube said was the top ones from last week. Now, let's see who he have on the list for this week. Is it going to be the same? Is it going to be something that's switched around? Is it going to be,
drum roll,
some prize teams in there?
I'm guessing you're going to show us here in a minute.
Boo! So,
bang!
Yeah. Look at that.
This is a surprise teams. He switched it around. The cube has the Chiefs at 13-1 as the number 1 team. The Eagles sitting at number 2. 12-2. The Minnesota Vikings sitting at number 3 at 12-2. The Detroit Lions at 12-2, sitting at number 4. It's the Steelers. We had a little argument. I was talking to the cube. We was, he was going back and forth. I was like, is he going to have the Buffalo Bills there, or are you going to have the Steelers? He was like, I don't believe in the Steelers. So he had the Steelers sitting there.
Hence, when you talk to the cube, does the cube talk back?
Yeah. See, look, you see right on there, it got a little plug on there. Like you plug in there,
right.
You plug a little headphone thing.
Can we get a little sample of the cube's voice?
Can we get a sample? Oh, this is
this one is like. They go back and forth.
And only Hence can decipher
that. Yeah. He can decipher that.
I understand what he said.
That's a great relationship with an
inanimate object. So the prize team that's up here at number 6 is the Chargers at 9-6.
Damn,
don't believe everything you saw last night.
Damn,
the cube is falling apart before
the team that I said will be in the AFC Championship, the Chiefs and the Chargers going head to head in the AFC Championship. I said that. So with that said, man, what do you think about this list? Do you agree with it, Nick?
All right. Well, first of all, I'm kind of with Lou right now about the Eagles, being the best team in football, despite their head coach, which is quite remarkable if you think about it. So I would have the Eagles 1. Yep. I'd have the Chiefs 2. I'd have the Bills 3, Vikings, Lions, and Steelers. I would not have the Chargers in this top 6. No way. I know. Everybody say, "Oh, Justin Herbert. Oh my God. That performance last night was amazing. Oh, only he can make those kind of throws." They're 9-6.
Well, but that said, he did have a
great game.
He did have a really good game.
And Bo Nix imploded, and that's the way it happens sometimes. You can't tell me the Chargers look good in their last couple of games because they didn't.
They did not.
Let's
go, Coach.
I'm going to say this.
When the running game is going, they're successful. When they can't run the ball,
okay. I'm going to keep it a buck on here, man. To me, Buffalo Bills, damn it. Buffalo number 1, Eagles 2, Chiefs 3, Detroit 4. I like Pittsburgh at 5. And number 6, I will put Baltimore at 6.
We lost sound.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Ravens.
What's
I
happening?
put Baltimore at 6.
Okay.
Did we lose sound?
Nope.
We
We
didn't
can
lose
hear
sound. You lost sound.
I hear you.
Did you lose sound?
The Cube had this something.
Uh-oh.
It had instructed lose in his head. He can't hear us.
Lou,
But we,
can you hear me, Lou?
Hold on.
it's not on. It's on lose head. He got to fix it, so he can't hear it. So,
I think my picks. I think my order messed up Lou's mic.
so with that said, man, hey, the Cube is it's like they said, it's looking good. The drones, what do you say?
Drone
I can't
took him
look.
out. Yeah, the drone took him out.
But I don't know what's going on with Lou's hearing, but we can hear you. But again, get back to the list.
Okay,
You can argue the list. You can get talk about the list all you want. But hey, I think these teams are right here. It's going to be the ones that's going to be battling out in the end. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm back.
hold on. He's back.
All right, I'm back. Okay, so
Let's do it.
hence, I guess at some point you'll have an explanation why Buffalo's not in the top 6.
Please.
But let me go through this. Some good teams up there, no question, and some of them certainly belong.
Mm-hmm.
Here's just how I have it. I mean, everybody can have their own opinion. That's cool, but I've got Philadelphia 1.
Yeah.
I've got Buffalo 2.
Yep.
I got the Chiefs 3. I've got the Vikings 4. I've got the Packers 5. And I've got the Rams 6.
Damn, I forgot about the Packers. Damn, good one. Damn.
So again, if y'all can't hear very clear, just like Lou couldn't hear,
Yeah,
this
I was
is
out for some
Lou's
reason.
list. This is not your list, not your list, not your list. Do you agree? Just do you agree with the list or you don't?
Well, it would be a
What
simple
you mean
it
with
would
the
be- it would be a
intro list? You don't want to talk to the Cube.
Here's the thing, Ed. If we did that way, this would be about a 10-second segment, and everybody would just say no.
Yep.
And that would be
Not
it.
agree. Hey, this is the perfect 6 teams that's in the NFL right now. Now, my organization, like I said, I didn't pick the list. The Q did. Now, I was arguing to put Buffalo in there.
You said perfect.
I was arguing to put Buffalo in there. I was like, can we please put Buffalo in there?
You were just
And
just a vessel for
there
their
you go.
Yes, that's it. He's just a median.
right.
The Cube
There
said.
you
The
go.
Cube
Good
said
word,
no.
Good word, Nick. Good word.
They said the Cube. They said no. Buffalo won't be standing there after the first round of the playoffs. So, hey,
Okay.
Wait a minute. No, I got this Hellraiser vibe from you, man. That's Hellraiser. That's what
I'll
it is.
just-
Hellraiser, man.
So I'll just preface
What's that
giving
say?
my list as these are how I see it, how teams are playing right now today.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
so-
it.
that's what
And
they
the
said.
Cube don't give a damn.
So what they said, the Cube don't give a care about what your list looks like. It's the Cube's list. So what they said, I'll just play it. What they say, what you
did
got to
flat out ask us if we agree.
Yeah, the damn Cube said, "Yo, don't listen to
See,
him."
look again. Let me say it again. I care about what you said, but the Cube don't care. It's just go ahead and fix. So
Hey, man,
what
the
they
Cube
said.
is gonna be fixed, man.
So what
Oh my goodness, you guys.
what are your bets? Your
Okay,
bets
so
this week?
like for those of you keeping track at home, and I even surprised myself last week 5-0.
Nice.
So we got 4 this week. Saturday, I got Baltimore -6.
Mhm.
I'm taking Detroit at Chicago. They're 6.5. Wounded animal. Say what you will. Chicago's not really playing well. I don't know what's happening with the interim, what's happening with that team, but Detroit's going to come out here swinging. So I'm going to take
Just
Detroit.
waiting for Mike Vrabel.
I hate giving points on the road, but underdogs are just not doing so well this year. I'm taking the Rams -3 at the Jets. It looks like it could be a trap game for the Rams, but they've got no choice but to keep winning. They lose, they could be completely out of the playoffs, or they win their division. The Jets, that was fool's gold last week against the Jags. Forget about that.
Yep.
And then the last one is Minnesota, also favored on the road. But I just think these top teams in the NFC are so much better than the other teams that you got to go with them. So there you have it.
All right, fair enough. We'll see if you can be 5-0 again this week.
So
Chargers last night. I should start giving those out on Wednesday, but Chargers last night.
Yep.
So that was the Cube top 6. A lot of people disagree, but hey, I'm not the one that's making the list. It's the Cube
completely distancing himself from his own segment. It's like,
I'm not me, guys. It's
don't look at me.
Plausible deniability.
I am just the messenger.
So with that said, guys, let's get right into.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me, papi.
What you have to say, Nick?
All right, let's talk about our sponsors one more time. Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, it is Eric Haynes. You can reach him 2 ways, 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
That is correct. Another proud sponsor is my amazing wife, Emily Athan. If you are looking for a custom health insurance quote, maybe a custom option, she's the person that can get it done for you. Whether you're looking for a private plan or a government plan, she can walk you through the process, find the best one that fits your family and your budget. Call her today at 913-215-9086. Emily, indeed. And our next sponsor, Resale Electronics.
Emily.
The best deals on new and used electronics at Resale Electronics. TVs, laptops, Apple Watches, cameras, cell phones, plus so much more. And if you're into gaming, we carry new gen as well as vintage consoles. Resale Electronics in Independence.
That's right. Resale Electronics, 2 great locations, 1214 South Nolan Road in Independence, and also down on 40 Highway inside the flea market. If you're looking for a cell phone, tablet, laptop, game consoles, TVs, all sorts of electronic items, it's your one-stop shop. Christmas is 5 days away. So if you want that special gift at that special price, and you walk in the store and you tell them that Chiefs Blitz sent you, you get an extra 10% off. So check out their website at resellwithacelectronics.com.
Resell
Electronics.
Nice. Like that. All right, let's get to the main show.
So let's get right into it.
What? Where are we going? So this is like the main. This is like the main course. This is the main. Those are just appetizers.
I don't think we have any more breaking news.
That's
right. No more factor
to the meat. No promotion. Straight into the brisket.
Let's get right into
news too. That's right.
So let's get right into the Chiefs versus Texas pregame. Will Hollywood make an impact on Saturday? Poster.
Oh shit. All right, again. Y'all cut me off at the beginning.
Go ahead, just get this over with.
The only way he makes an impact on the show, gentlemen, is if that line protects y'all captain. That's the only way, guys, because Brady's been getting off at will, man. And like I said, he doesn't have time to see it. So the question is, it's the routes. What routes is he going to run? Right? Because to make an impact, I mean, can he break, I mean, one-on-one with DBs? I mean, can Hollywood get off? Don't know. I don't know. Because here it is. They're going to be so limited. And play, he's coming back from injury too, right? That's a big deal too. So you want to work him in easily. You don't want to force the issue with him, But again, it comes down to that offensive line, man. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see Hollywood get off. I know he can. But if that offensive line doesn't protect, we're not going to see much.
I think he's gonna make an impact. I think he's gonna make an impact just for the psyche of Patrick Mahomes. Setting aside the offensive line for just a minute, it's just another weapon. I think Kay Adams of the Up and Adams podcast said, "Oh my goodness, they're getting another weapon. This is huge for them." And so I kind of agree with her. I think this is, of all the receivers, that they had an opportunity to go after in the offseason, this was their number one guy. And like I said earlier in the show, for him to be able to go through what he went through to get back on the field this year is quite remarkable. So for me, I think he's going to make an impact. I think he'll play probably more so in the first half than the second half, just to get his feet wet. Because again, it's a short week. They play the Steelers on Wednesday and Christmas Day. But I think this is going to be a bigger impact than people realize. And once you get to January football, to have Kelsey, Hopkins, Juju, Worthy, and Brown as your
that license
set of top shelf options for Mahomes.
that option, not enough
Unbeatable.
Foundation on the cake.
I love it when we list the roster. It's awesome. The
You
impact,
have to have a roster to play football, don't you?
That's right, Nick.
The impact he's going to have, and I think Nick hit on it, was I think just returning to the field in general gives everybody a little bit of a boost to say, okay, this guy has put himself out there. Now, again, they don't necessarily need this, but everything you see about the guys that they bring in fit the culture, and they kind of personify it. And this is his way of personifying that, is that, okay, this could have been a season-ending injury. No, I came here for a reason. I'm going to play. Right. So again, I go back to, some of the things that I've said in the past in terms of this offense. The leading receiver is normally going to have like 5 or 6 catches. Occasionally, Travis will go a little higher than that, and that's just because maybe just the way a particular team is defending him, and he's just eating over the middle. But if most teams try to take him out, so everybody else, it gets spread out. So I think Hollywood's bigger impact may have been on Xavier Worthy, and being almost like a mentor to him, is a guy that's known particularly for his speed, but showing him that there's more to playing receiver than just being the speed guy. Right. And I think Xavier's embraced that. I think the team has embraced. I think Coach Reed has embraced that. And everybody is going to get their shots. Hopefully he gets in there, and it's more of a mental thing for him at this point, because I think they kept pointing out that, hey, his legs weren't hurt. He was able to kind of stay in some kind of shape. But when that first hit, let's see what that looks like. Hopefully he bounces right back up.
That first
hit. We move on. But I wouldn't expect it to be like some sort of revelation. All of a sudden he unlocks.
He's the key.
I'm not saying that either.
I'm saying it. I'm just saying it in general. We can't expect too much, right?
I'll put it like this. Can he make an impact? Yes, but I had to agree with Coach Dre. If the impact don't make it up front, you know what I mean? If you, like Dre called it last time, you got that Walmart fence, and you got the best choice fence.
Come on, man.
Ain't gonna hold up through the weather. So hey, I put it like, if they can get it up there, then Mahomes can.
I agree.
Work like you said. Worthy's been getting open. Worthy been getting open.
Always open.
Yeah, always open, man, and he, you don't have time to throw the ball. So if the offensive line can, stand the weather and go through the storms of this defensive line of the Houston Texans, I feel like yes, Hollywood Brown can make an impact. If all that said, if all that was taken care of.
See, ain't no hate, Ruben. I'm not hating. I'm just calling the facts, Ruben, because you always give me grief. Is what even Ruben can agree with me. Sorry about that.
Speaking of the offensive line, you know what I mean. So with that said, do the Chiefs need to run the ball more? In this game.
Hell yeah.
Well, you'd like to see him run it more, just to slow down whatever pass rush they're playing against. I mean, that would be the biggest thing, and I'm sure that's why Coach Reed does call the number of runs that he does. Now, hopefully, it's more effective, so he'll continue to call them. And I think what you saw in the Cleveland game is where they weren't getting much out of the run game, and he doesn't always have the patience to keep calling runs when they're just kind of not working. Right. So with that pass rush, you'd love to see them be able to kind of, if Caliendo can kind of pick up the slack for Tooney playing out, at tackle and keep it, inside. The inside runs seem to be the best for them. Pops and Kareem Hunt. But again, they typically don't get explosive plays off the run game. They don't get too many. So that's where I think he maybe gets a little impatient that, okay, we're taking the ball out of 15's hands. The only way we should do that and feel good about it is if we're running the ball and getting first downs. So
I don't know what you two guys on the outside are doing, but just stop it.
I don't know. It's like
Just stop it.
See, sometimes the bow tie show cannot help itself. It just rears its head
everywhere, Lou.
It just gravitates into the four guys in a bar.
Always here.
Oh
Always
my! What am I gonna do?
Giggle on your tickle on your spirit, Lou. It's the Christmas season for giggling.
but that said, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think I agree with Lou. They should run the ball more. You know, hey, you got to get out here to set up the play action. Because we come out here just, if you know your tackles are bad, and you sit there just passing and having dropping back, dropping back all the time, shotgun and here and there. You know what I mean? You setting them up for failure. So, run the ball, come out with, play action. Even what's the name said it earlier this week? EB, EB was on if you watch the interview, he was like, yeah, what the Chiefs need to do is more, run the ball more, set up the play action. They're gonna set up the deep ball, they're gonna set up everything else.
That's absolutely fundamental.
That's what they need to do instead of just dropping back, saying we got Patrick Mahomes, we're gonna chuck it and then whatever happens. So that's what this man been hit like a record.
That's the other
sacks,
part of this.
A lot
like
more,
said,
man. So
if it's not being successful, then they just lose the patience.
So here's the thing, Luke. That's a good point. Here's the thing, guys. All jokes aside, all giggling aside, right? You gotta slow down this pass rush in order to stop these guys from talking. You gotta run the ball, right? Slow it down, and once you slow them down, then you go open up the passing game, right? You gotta slow them down. Use Hunt more. Get physical with them up front, wear them down, and then boom, you hit them with the play action, right?
Yeah. Theoretically, it sounds great, and that's kind of. But they're just not having enough success running it. Yeah. So that's where the concern comes to me is that, okay, we're not having, very much success pass blocking. They're not having a ton of success run blocking. So, it's like, that's where I think the coach gets frustrated. And then you're taking it out of your best players' hands. If they're getting, 5 and 6 yards a pop. I mean, they had a few games like that where Kareem was doing it. Pops is just getting back in the flow.
I think Pops can do it though.
He's hit a couple of big ones. Oh no, they both have the ability to do it. I just don't know that they're blocking it well enough to continue, because again, the patience gets lost because it's just not working. It's like, okay, well, let's start throwing it again.
Because Mahomes wants to throw the ball.
Yeah, I think it's Andy wanting to make the offense as efficient as possible in the passing game.
Absolutely.
And so when you get the 1st and 5, run the ball 3 times. Run it 4 times if you have to. It doesn't. You got 2 capable backs. You can't tell me that between Pacheco and Hunt, and even Carson Steele, you can't get 5 yards on 4 carries. Yeah. It's just impossible that they can't do that.
I don't have the statistics in front of me, but it wasn't very good against Cleveland.
Well, no, but they were trying to run some straight ahead stuff, pull the guards, pull the center, get an open space. If not, just give the ball to Worthy on those little end around routes and those little quick pitches and let him just use his speed to get away from everybody.
Well,
away from the front.
They did,
but they didn't do it enough.
Right.
That's the thing. Well, with Xavier, I don't think you want to be giving him a ton. I mean, he's not a big dude, right?
He can run for a couple of yards if they need it.
Okay,
but
he's also like 165 pounds or whatever, and you're gonna get contact. He's probably not running through a lot of contact at that size.
Right.
Now on on the touchdown, yeah, that's great. As soon as he gets that block on the edge, he's gone. No question. And they do try to do that a bit, but a lot of times they miss those blocks, especially on the bubble screens. And you see it, you look and like you watch like Chase Daniels does a bunch of breakdowns on YouTube and a lot of the Chiefs. And it just looks like hell. If one of the receivers makes a block out there, they're out the gate.
Yeah.
And the coach's point, Worthy's open downfield. Well, in the meantime, Patrick's like getting crunched, or running, or now he's escaping the pocket the other way.
All in his rump.
So yeah, I hear you, and yes, but it's just a function of both. You can't have one without the other. I mean,
and it's like, and remember, God, what you said, Lou, and that play down, like those deep plays, those deep shots, the plays had to develop, man.
Right,
You know
you
what I'm
need
saying?
some
It does
time.
got time, right? So again, back like doing Hollywood, it's like they need time to make them plays develop. But again,
the answer is yes, Hense.
Yes.
But they got to block it better. I mean, you really do,
question
because
answered,
I don't.
Hense.
They certainly. I agree with you, Nick. All the backs have the ability, no question. They got to have some holes.
So with that said, what do we make of this 13-1 team? I mean, what do we make of it? You know, I mean, we got the offensive line, we got the it's up and down with the offense. We didn't see Patrick Mahomes at a record high, sack level. We didn't see the tackles coming out, playing this bad. I know. We said off air. Lou said something very, very, very interesting to me. He was like, how would the Chiefs, look if they took Kingsley at number 1? You know what I mean? Would they look like they, would they look smart, or would they look terrible? So right now, you know what I mean? So what do we make of this 13-1 team? Do you see this 13-1 team going all the way? Lou.
To your point, Hense, you just don't. I mean, I guess the underlying theory that is you just don't force draft picks because he's the highest rated tackle. We need a tackle to no. I mean, but as far as this team is concerned, they are situationally proficient, right? And they have a unicorn with the ball in his hands most of the time, so they're able to overcome some of these deficiencies. The defense can be dominating at times, right? And they showed it for a lot of this year. Now, I don't think they fell off of the map and all of a sudden their defense is reeling. I don't think so. It's just that at a certain point, everybody gets got. I mean, this is the NFL. No defense just shuts people down every single week.
Right.
So I can see them turning that part of the game around as the playoffs come. So again, situational, not only awareness, but proficiency, the unicorn at quarterback, and again, Hall of Fame coaches across the board. Tobe, Spags, and Andy Reid, they've probably forgotten more football than a lot of these younger coaches even know. So that I would say are the most important things with this team.
I don't even hell, guys. I don't know. This team is so patched up. There's not a lot you can do. Read to answer the question though. It's the offense. It's just the tackles, man. This year, they 13-1, yes, but if the tackles can play a whole lot better, this is a respected old machine, offensive machine. They right back to who the Chiefs was years ago, right? But this year, because of the damn tackles, and I don't know.
Well, that's all the reason why it's more remarkable that they're 13-1 because of the deficiencies of the tackle position. The issues of the injuries. I mean, I don't want to go down the roster again, but I mean, they just lost a lot of guys and they've overcome it. I mean, now with everybody back and Humphreys will be back on Wednesday, we're going to kind of get to see this whole team. I mean, I'll trade DeAndre Hopkins for Rashee Rice for a year. That's a wash in my view. But, if you just look at it even defensively without Snead, who's done nothing in Tennessee, and, you look at the young corners that have to play and the young safeties that are playing, and the fact that Chris Jones at this point in the season has 5.5 sacks. Karlaftis has 8. The sack numbers are down to the lowest level they've been in this Super Bowl run era of the Chiefs. And, I guess for me, it's like they're 13-1. They just win. Right. And it's all because of the mentality that they have. And it's all based on Mahomes. He refuses to lose. He hates to lose. It's just not part of his thought process in any given game. And now's the time where we're going to find out, what that really is. But you cannot take anything away from this team.
It's the win too.
The 13 number is all that matters.
Right. Mm-hmm. And everything we're saying about this particular team has been said about the New England Patriots in more than one or two of their seasons during their 20-year run with Tom Brady. where, the 1 year or the couple of years they had Randy Moss, it was just ridiculous offensive team.
And they lost the Super Bowl with him.
But when they didn't have him, it was a lot of this Brady getting the ball out of his hands very quickly, situational football. The defense came up big when they needed to. Bend, don't break. They gave up a lot of yards between the 20s, but they kept points off the board. And if you ever hear Spags talk, that's all he preaches.
All he cares about.
You keep points off the board. I don't care how. You've done your job.
Brown scored 7 points. That's it.
So that's the thing where you look at it, and I hear everybody say these things, and it is valid. You see these teams making big plays, explosive plays on a regular basis, and they're winning games, a very exciting fashion. And oh my God, that no way the Chiefs could play against that team like that. Right. And I'll say it once, I'll say it 100 times. Every game has its own life, right? You can't necessarily carry one week to the next.
Yep.
It was seemingly that way when the Chiefs had Tyreek Hill, and it was always a shock when they didn't score on a possession. Mm-hmm. Now it seems like it's the other way. Yeah. We have become, I'm broken record here, a defensive-led team that plays smart football, situational football.
That's all it is. Situational football.
And wins games. So yeah, there may be a time where they have to score a bunch of points. Let's see what happens. Now the counter is, well, they needed a bunch of points against Buffalo and they couldn't do it. Well, that's where
they needed a fourth down stop by their defense, and they didn't get it.
Well, that too, but that's why when you look at 13-1, everybody
to the
most people focus on the one because of the way it went down.
Yeah, gotta be Chiefs. Situational football, guys. Situational football to beat the Chiefs, man.
What do you make of this 13-1 team? Is they what? Like I've been saying all year, man. They are battle tested. This team is battle tested. They went through all the gauntlet. They went through the wide receiver drops. They went through the bad defenses. Now they're going through the bad offensive line. They still find a way to be the best team in the NFL, and they sitting there at 13-1. We can say yes, Buffalo beat them. Oh, what? Buffalo beat the Chiefs in regular season all the time, and then when they get to the playoffs, they don't have a clue how to beat the Chiefs. So with that said, man, hey, what I look at make up this team, I look at them, they've been battle tested. It's the only way you can look at it. They've been through every little gauntlet that you can put a team through, and they still find a way to win. So, what are you looking forward to in this Texas versus Chiefs matchup, Luke?
Well, again, we're going to beat a dead horse here. How does the offensive line try to contain Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson and any other passer? Even Danico Autry from the middle can really rush the passer. And you can say this every week because we know the defense is going to show up and do their thing. We know that Patrick, when given time, is going to do his thing. So, it's the offensive line. Can they slow this pass rush down? Don't let those guys kind of blow up the game. You don't want to see 5 or 6 sacks. You don't want to see a bunch of quarterback hits. So, unfortunately, it is the O-line again.
Yeah, for me, it's just red zone efficiency. They were at a stretch, where they were really converting in red zone opportunities. I think at one point they were 7 of 8, and then it just kind of stalled a little bit. I don't think Butker's going to miss any short field goals again, but I think you have to look at this team and say, okay, in the red zone, quit trying to be fancy. Just find a way to get in the end zone and use your playmakers. They all need to be on the field to give the defense more to think about. And I think we kind of lose sight of that. We get these groupings of certain receivers and in certain type of plays. You put your best guys in the red zone every snap, and you have to do that going forward. That's what I want to see.
All right, man. Listen. Well, Lou, you beat it down. I'm gonna keep kicking dead in his ass.
Don't say it.
Line stinks.
Don't say it.
The horse is dead.
You putting the wrong people out there and tackle with little arms, man. You need some outstretched arm that can touch people. We gotta lay our hands on people, man, outside, man. You can't play like we T-Rexes out there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put hands on these people, guys.
So this is an indirect shot at Joe Tooney. What are we doing, Coach?
Man. You gotta call him out. You gotta call him out.
I understand, but he's the best option tomorrow.
And that right. And then he's not familiar with that. He's okay.
Well, he's familiar with it. It's just he's not going to make his living out there.
Look, guys, just lay down hands on him. I want them to lay hands on him. You know what I'm saying? So again, the red zone, throw the ball to your weapon. D-Hop is in the red zone. Like he's one-on-one, you throw it to him. He's the guy to where it don't matter who's on him in the red zone, he's gonna make a catch. He's gonna make the catch, man. Like for real. I get it running the ball, but in the red zone, Nick, I agree with you 100%. Efficiency, right? We want that. Throw the ball to D-Hop. 9 times out of 10, he's going to come down with the ball.
Yep.
So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for some violence, guys.
Let's add the Q, man.
I'm looking for some violence. I'm looking for that Baltimore opening, right?
Talk to him.
Everybody's fighting on the sideline. You're messing with Pat. I want people to poke the bear.
Man, I want them about hockey.
I want them to continue to poke the bear, poke Patrick Mahomes, and wake this team up. Sometimes champions sit back and they sit on their high horse. They like, okay, cool. We sliding by, we getting there.
Talk to him.
But I'm just right in this camera. I want them the Texans to continue to poke the bear. I want them to continue to push Patrick Mahomes. I want them to continue to amp up this offensive line. I want them to continue to talk noise before the game. I really want them to go in the middle of the field of Arrowhead and celebrate before the kickoff. I want them to go in the middle of Arrowhead and
light a fire in their butts.
I don't know that they're feeling themselves that way.
I don't know about that.
I need to come out with some fire.
Yeah,
that's why
Michael Jordan is motivation. God, take it personal. Shit,
I'm getting the sense that the Texans really aren't feeling themselves that way. I think that was just Tim Settle saying something, right? trying to maybe fire up his guys. I don't know.
Yeah, now he knows. Everybody knows what his name is for the week.
I just want Patrick to stay the hell away from Al Shire.
When
he's involved, bad stuff happens.
Yeah, Ruben, hands and feet. I want the tackle.
Is he playing this week?
Who?
Yeah, I want Patrick Mahomes to be on the sideline. Said, "I'm here. Yeah, I want
he's still suspended.
I want Patrick Mahomes with a clean jersey. I'm tired of his jersey.
That's right. What did he get? He got 4 games, right?
Yeah,
man. Keep his jersey clean. That's what I want to see.
All right.
So speaking of what we want to see, what you want to see, then what are your keys to victory, Lou?
Damn, that was it.
We hit on a lot there.
We kind of, I don't know, that was kind of a repetitive question.
I'm gonna move the needle to the next song. So
let's do it.
Let's go.
Repeats.
Let's go with the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Try to keep up the momentum from forcing turnovers in Cleveland.
Right.
One of the factor cap that got cut was actually T. Cuffs making his 2nd interception all time and maybe returning it for a touchdown. But that's kind of a wish more than anything else. Right. But these things come in bunches, the sacks, the turnovers. So maybe this is it. I mean, the defense has been doing all the right things, but the ball just hasn't bounced their way. When they're punching, they're not getting through to the ball and knocking it out. Cuffs is using electronics to find his way to an interception.
Stop.
Hopefully those jumbotrons in Kansas City are very crystal clear. Right?
So he using resale, to get his
he said awareness. Look at the Tron.
Let's get resale on the sidelines with some huge monitors.
We can do that.
There you go, Cuffs.
I'm gonna tell you the key for this game is going to be Charles Omenihu wreaking havoc in the backfield. He has a very large disdain for his former team. He thought they treated him crappy. And I think Charles Omenihu is going to make a huge statement in this football game.
Okay, mine's this. I'm about to be raw, young man.
Don't you say
that, man. I'm about to be wrong.
Don't you say the offensive line? We already talked about.
I didn't say the offensive line. Dang, don't take my stuff.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say this. We all watch Michael Jordan. You see what Michael Jordan did to Steve Kerr. We see what Mike did to Steve Kerr. He told him have some balls. He had to smack Kerr, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see this line go out there and take it personal. Take it personal. I don't want to see a sack or a pressure on Mahomes, man. If y'all love Mahomes, I'm speaking truth. If the line loves Mahomes, protect this man because y'all got a long stretch. Man, Mahomes been beaten to the pillar to the post. Take it personal. I don't want to see midget hands out there, man. I don't want to see small hands out there. I want some guys with some damn grit, man. Like, come on. Every time I get on the show, Mahomes get his butt kicked. Well, Mahomes made another good play. He keep getting his ass kicked, bro, because the line don't got no heart, man. That's right. I'm calling the line out. Y'all play with no heart, man. This game comes down to heart. It comes down to heart. So if you don't play with no heart,
all right, Hense, you get the final word. You get the final word on this topic.
Sorry, God, I'm just saying.
Clip that mango, put that out there. But hey, I would, man. Hey, it's going to be the tale of the former Texans, right? Charles Omenihu, Justin Reed, Steve, Nelson. It just, I think he probably going to be starting. These guys. Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, these guys.
No, Nelson isn't playing till Wednesday.
Damn. I want these guys to go out here and show that, hey, we still have something left in us. We still are that. We still are those guys. And I want D-Hop to come out here and take this game, take this board by the horns and say, hey, I'm still D-Hop. I'm the one that started Texas. I put the Texas on the map.
Oh, man,
over here talking about CJ Stroud. Y'all talking about this other person, but I'm DJ Andre Hops. I put the Texas on the map. Nobody wasn't talking about the Texas since I was out there. So if I'm D-Hop, that's my key to victory. Get D-Hop going. Get him going.
Can we get JJ Watt to suit up too?
Well, that'd be crazy. Nah,
come out of retirement, JJ. Play for the Chiefs.
Nah, bro, that ain't right.
What they said, this are the score predictions around the league. You know what I mean? That they have, some of them have, Houston winning 24-21. You know what I mean? It's looking like a split tail out there, but let's get right in our score predictions. Even though I watch this stuff, I look at it and it'd be interesting to be sometimes. I tell the game out. Absolutely. But let's look at our score predictions. Nick got the Chiefs winning 27-13. Dre got them winning. What? What?
That is crazy. That is crazy.
28-21. I got him 35-10. Lou got him on 23-17. Mango 26-17. Why is y'all two scores always by each other? Mango and Lou. They scores always.
Great minds think alike. It's all good.
Yeah, I just send them out there, man. I don't know.
That's right.
So
they take on a life of their own.
Talk about it.
So with that said, man, that was our 4 keys of wisdom. That was our score predictions. I feel like the Chiefs are going to. This is going to be a wake up call, man. I feel like that quote.
It's a very important game.
It is.
I feel like it's a very important game for the Chiefs to get it done.
God, and it's not about Mahomes that defense, bro, because the man called out the offensive line. So
they got to win. They got to win 2. They got to win 2 out of 3 to lock up the 1 seed. You could see, Buffalo potentially lose, but they play the Patriots twice, the Jets. I don't know that there's any likelihood.
I don't like playing 2 teams in 3 weeks.
Any of those teams, sack up. Maybe Rodgers can pull a little magic out of his hat and Devontae Adams and whatever. They maybe because they normally do give the Bills some issues.
A division game
in the past, but you don't want to rely on that. Just win Saturday, go into Pittsburgh, win that game. Now all of a sudden, not just you wrap up the number 1 seed. I think the entire narrative just changes and says, "Wait a second, they went into Pittsburgh and won." This is a little different. Okay, because everybody relax.
The last game's at Denver, and Denver lost last night, and they play Cincinnati next week. If they lose that game, they have to beat the Chiefs to get into the playoffs. If the Bengals win a third game,
talk about it, man.
It's some kind of weird scenario. If they end up tied, then the Bengals have to win their last 3, and. Denver's sitting there, but hold on.
So the Bengals got a chance to make the playoffs
it's
The
minuscule.
Bengals have a chance to make the 7th seed if the Broncos lose both games.
I don't want to see. I don't want to. That's one team I don't want to see.
Well, you know what though? If the Chiefs get the 1 seed,
no.
if the Chiefs get the 1 seed, they would go to Buffalo first, but then
He's
they have to come to Kansas City.
Jamar Chase is on a whole different level right about now. Even though I don't like him, man, I'm like, Jesus, this kid is on the whole different level.
You know what's crazy, guys? Real quick, man. If you look at the MVP race, guys, and like, I'm a JB guy, man. It just sucks that when you play phenomenal football, the back end doesn't cover for you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what sucks, though. But again, like I said, man, like you gotta keep Mahomes upright.
Being on a winning team matters in those awards. So
no, Barkley's not getting the love either. So that's not fair either. But it's going to go to a quarterback.
Yep. Let's get right into our sponsors.
All right. Let's do our sponsors one more time. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
That's correct. Also, another proud sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you are looking for a flexible health coverage option for yourself as an individual, with self-employed, business owner, family, whatever it might be, she can take a look at your current situation, analyze it, and find the best plan that fits your family and your needs. So give her a call today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
That's right. Next up, our new sponsor, Resell Electronics.
Emily.
Buy a cell phone at Resell Electronics and save up to 25%. Our phones are pre-owned and in great condition. We carry top brands like iPhones and Samsung. Sell us your old phone and we'll offer you cash on the spot. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That's right. If you got any old phones lying around, take it into resale. They'll give you cash. You can use that toward your next purchase. And if you tell them that Chiefs Blitz or Bowtie Sports Cinch, you get 10% off. 2 great locations, Nolan Road, 1214 South Nolan Road, and also in the flea market down on 40 Highway. They will take good care of you. They will make sure that you get the best deal before Christmas. Hey, if you're on your way out to the Chiefs game tomorrow, step up there or the game or after the game, go check out their great deals. So Resell Electronics, check out their website at resellwithac electronics.com.
Resell
Electronics.
All right, guys, that's going to do it. We'll be back tomorrow after the Chiefs Texans around 3:30ish to 4 o'clock range, somewhere in there. And we'll talk Chiefs and Texans. We'll be back on Monday to preview the Christmas Day game between the Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hold on. We'll get to the breaking news, and then we'll be on Christmas Day after the game as well. All right, the breaking news. Let's have it. I don't know what it is.
I can't wait.
Dun, dun, dun.
There we go. Hey.
Way to end the show with breaking news. Whoa.
Hey, all right.
The Ravens have waived Deontay Johnson. Yeah. So incredible. This guy is
he sucked, bro. Why he keep getting released? What's up with this young man?
It's all between the ears, man. He just doesn't have the focus.
Bo, don't do that. Don't do that, Bo. No,
we don't want him. No way you're going to put him in that locker room.
They would do the same thing as what the Niners were doing with Devondre Campbell. Is you kind of screw him over by just holding him, keeping him on the team, and suspending him for
why release him?
Conduct unbecoming. Now I don't know that anybody is going to sign him. He kind of wears out his welcome a couple of times here. I think once you refuse to go in a game, how do you sell that to your players? I don't care how good he is, and obviously he hasn't been that good in quite some time. So. Right. This is a non-issue. I appreciate the breaking news and all that, but he might
go back to the Steelers. He might go back.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin's not doing that.
Yeah, Tomlin got rid of him.
You've certainly heard the saying, "We want volunteers, not hostages."
Oh, he probably go to the AFC champion matchup with the Chiefs and that's probably the Chargers.
Listen though. Like, does the man
Chargers might be willing to take a risk on him.
You know what's crazy? The man got the talent, guys. It's kind of like an AB. He got the talent. Not
So
saying
you think John Harbaugh to give like a lump of coal to Jim for Christmas? Say, hey, you should sign Deontay.
Yeah.
No way, man.
So with that said, guys, we will see you guys.
Have a game tomorrow, Chiefs. Let's go.
Let's go, Chiefs. We'll be back after the game, like they said. So with that said, guys, we'll see you guys Saturday.
Cheers.